Hey, what's up, guys? So, another video here for you. This time we're just gonna go over my rig so far. Um, as you guys see in the photo, my initial rig was just a wheel stand. Originally I had a CSL Elite, upgraded to a CSW 2.5, then a CSL DD, then eventually upgraded to the Moza R9. And I've been debating on whether I'm going to go VRS or SemiCube 2 Pro. And I think the 2 Pro is kind of where I'm going to go, to be honest. It's what I've always wanted. And the VRS is a great bang for buck. I know many people are talking about the Asetek setup, but it would require me to get another add-on for my current rig. And I'm just not a big fan of buying even more. Don't really understand why they didn't make it more universal. Would have made more sense. But again, for those who have purchased it, awesome. But I'm going to go SemiCube 2 Pro. So we'll look to get that here in the next few months, next 4 to 6 months, hopefully. So this is my rig. I have the GT Omega Prime. I got their upgraded pedal plate. And I'll go over what I currently have and what I'm looking to do in the near future. I have wires everywhere, as you'll see on the other side in a little bit, just because I want every peripheral, every add-on, everything that makes it seem like I'm in a real race car as much as possible. And as you see, again, I've got mine on wheels because for me, as you can see, I am in an office. I sit next to my wonderful wife who works there, and I sit right here. So as you can see, I have my triple monitor set up. I have a fourth monitor up on the wall. So I get that 4 monitor, and I have the wonderful triple monitor setup with 327s that are 1440p by Gigabyte, 170 hertz. So that works out well. Yeah, so I do love it so far. So let's take a quick look at my setup. And again, you'll see GT Omega Prime. Now, originally I had the XLRS seat, but this clearly is not. That is a track racer GT seat. I have swapped out, put a lumbar support, because I will be honest, the lumbar support on this is not the most comfortable. So if you're in the market for a chair, it is very affordable, but it doesn't have any lumbar support whatsoever. So I did make an adjustment to my seat, tilted it back some and adjusted the pedals, simply because I was actually watching Daniel Morad's video on seat adjustment. And he is a professional GT racer, as he states. But he did have some good advice there. So I did make an adjustment there, as you can see. So yes. And then, like I said, back to the rig, I have the GT Omega Prime, which I absolutely love. It is sturdy. It does everything I need it to do. There's absolutely no flex. And again, I have a Moza R9, and I'll be getting the SemiCube 2 Pro here in the next, hopefully, 6 months. That's my hope. I'm currently running some Heusinkveld Sprint pedals. What you might see there first are some blue gel pads, and you're like, what the hell is that? I actually ordered these sheets. It came in 2 sheets. I think it came in 1, but I ordered 2. But anyway, I got these sheets of essentially like a gel pad you would put underneath the car seat. And what I do is they are sticky on the back, and they are incredibly soft. So for me, I like racing in my socks here. So because of that, having something under my foot that supports my heel feels absolutely amazing. So I would recommend, if you're racing, and obviously that is an aluminum extrusion, so not very comfortable on your heels when you're racing. And again, racing in socks gives you that perfect feel. You get to feel all of the pedal. And again, I'm running Heusinkveld Sprint pedals. I do have sim grade VX Pros on the way. I was able to get in early on their pre-order thanks to Dan Suzuka. So yeah, like I am really excited, and I upgraded to the GT Omega Prime updated pedal tray, similar to the SimLab, simply because one, I wanted to mount my pedals, and let me adjust the camera there. I wanted to adjust my pedals and mount them directly onto the rig, because again, you get more flexibility with moving them side to side. I can get rid of the base plate, so I thought that was cool. And what you might see on there, just looking a little bit closer, now my guy Matt at Simulation RS made me a custom pedal. Now, I think that pedal is absolutely awesome, and he loves it too. The problem is printing it takes a little bit of time, and he's still working out the kinks, but I am hoping and praying that he makes these for sale someday, because my logo is embedded, it is smooth, it is my pedal, my branded pedal. So I'm hoping that he is able to figure that out, because I think it's absolutely awesome to make my brake pedal. But again, I think that's absolutely amazing. So again, that's what I have there, Heusinkveld Sprints, for now anyway. Coming up here, you'll see again, he did send me another awesome item. This is my cup holder, as well as it has slots to hold my phone. So if you look here, I can just slide my phone in right here, and it would slide in here if I wasn't recording on it. And then I can also put cups in there. So I wanted something that I could put stuff in. I might put it on the side depending, because I do have other things that I may want to mount there in the future. But for now, that's perfectly fine. Looking to get a tray so I can put my keyboard on. But you know, as always, we'll figure it all out, because we have so many things we want to mount on here. And again, mine is on wheels, so there's a lot of things that I have to necessarily deal with. I've got a button plate here that I made, that I actually bought off of Amazon, and then bought this cheap little carbon fiber film that goes on top, and it continually peels here. Just give it a little bit of a look here. Does exactly what I need to do. Bought some cheap buttons. Very easy. I think all in I'm like 50 bucks, maybe 50 bucks. But I bought so many buttons that I can actually make a few of these. So yeah. Of course, you see Moza R9. And again, right now I'm using an old iPhone 6 Plus that I bought from some store. I think it cost me 80 bucks that I am using for a dash. And then you'll see I have an RPM rev limiter that I actually ordered off of Etsy. So it does exactly what I need to do, especially when I'm using the wheel rim here, that sim racing bay with the turn racing button plate 2. And again, I have the Moza R9, so I bought an NRG style quick release, and then you can see my HyperX headphones. So yeah, that is that there. So what we'll do is we'll come around to this side, and that is my bag of gloves. I have about 6 pair of gloves in there. Got some stickers on there. But before we go around, look at that, transducer. What I have done is I've attached a transducer to the back of my seat, because I wanted to get a butt kicker. Don't get me wrong, butt kickers are absolutely awesome. But for the price, well, I didn't want to spend $200 on just one item to mount it to the bottom of my rig, and then I wouldn't get that direct feedback. It would be cool, but again, I would only get feedback there. So what I did was I bought a wonderful transducer that you see here. And then I'll come around to this side. And before we get to that, you'll see that I have a webcam here. That's the webcam that I use. It is a Nexigo 2K webcam, and it has optical zoom, so I needed that. But I have it attached to my rig. And what I did was I had my buddy, again, Matt, at Simulation RS, just print me up a few brackets in black and red so I can attach it to the arm. So that is that there. And then I have my HyperX mic that I currently use. And again, I know so many wires, so many different things mounted, but unfortunately when you're on the go, literally on the go, That is all I could do. So those are my wires. I know I try to wire management as much as possible. I mean, there's just not much you can literally do with every wire. So yeah, I know, crazy. But again, I had to mount everything onto my rig because it has to be on wheels so it can be out of the way of my wife and what she needs to do. So my wonderful sponsor sent me some new gear, which I think is awesome. Obviously, he doesn't send these things to everybody, but he sent me a Stream Deck XL to show you this awesome thing. Now, he made this awesome mount that I'll put pictures up above as well. The mount is magnetic. So as you can see, I have the XL Stream Deck here. And then here, you'll see he made this really cool magnetic mount. Obviously, you can mount it anywhere. It's got mounting points depending on how you want to mount it onto your rig. It's also got whether you want to zip tie it. So if you have zip ties, he did include, you know, if you look here, it literally says zip and zip. So if you wanted to zip tie it, and then he's got magnets in it. So literally, I just do like this, boom, good to go. That is awesome. When he sent it, I was like, wow, that is amazing. He is an awesome guy, and I recommend that all of you check out his prints because, again, he makes some of the awesome gear. And that pedal right there, I really love that pedal plate. I really want pedal plates now for my new wheel pedals I'm going to have come in. So you'll see my Bavarian Semtech wheel rim here. I've got that actually on a Moza QR, but I've also got that on another mount by Simulation RS. So again, I know, lost in the wires, but I mounted it there so I would easily be able to swap out wheel rims whenever I'm racing. You know, maybe I'm going from something where I'm racing LMP2, which I like the bigger, sturdier grips, but I'm going to open wheel Formula 3 and I want to jump on, you know, my Bavarian Semtech F1 style rim, which I can use for GT style, but I just like using it for more open wheel. Although I do use it every now and then in Ferrari, but that's mainly just to practice because I think I might start doing some GT racing. But again, this wonderful wheel rim. Somebody asked me if the stickers were placed on, and I believe they're just literally stuck on. So if you want to take them off, you can. So that answers that because I can feel them slightly raised there. So again, that's mounted to a wall mount or rig mount by my guy Matt at Simulation RS. So again, check him out. He makes a litany of things, as you can see here. I've got another button plate here that I actually ordered off of Etsy, and another flag mount that I ordered off of Etsy. Just more gear, more wires, more peripherals. I wanted to have a way to start the engine that looked super cool. Literally told the guy what I wanted, sent him a picture, told him to make some customizations. He printed up a box and printed up the insides there and put all the buttons on, and came out really well. So bought a flag matrix there, which again, to me, something I now use all the time, couldn't live without, but not something you need. So again, many of these accessories and peripherals you don't actually need to do any of the racing. Oh, let me move that over. Did that kind of wrong there. So yeah. And then what I did, again, wires, 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 wires. All of these things have to be connected. There, behind the litany of wires and the forest of wires, you'll see my knob sound amp. It's a 2-channel. So what I have mounted, again, is that one transducer that is on the back. And what I've also done, which you'll see underneath my seat, I got some of those blue pads, but I've got transducer pucks there. So this way, when I'm riding over curbs or if I get a little bit of wheel slip, I can feel it specifically under my butt. And I think, again, more feedback brings in more immersion, which obviously as a sim racer, I think is tons of fun. Last thing I did was I mounted a power supply here directly on because I was moving and connecting and had extension cords and didn't make any sense. So I just mounted it here. Eventually, my goal is to have a actual setup in the room where I can have all of these mounted and make my life significantly easier. Because if you look, it simply just goes under my desk to the wires that connect to my computer on the tray there. So I try and practice some level of wire management, and then the bezel-free kit, which is actually awesome. You know, it makes your life significantly easier. And again, and that wonderful fourth monitor up there, that's just a 1080p 27-inch monitor that I got from Target. It's like 90 bucks. So definitely a win-win there, you know, something simple. My wonderful 3D printed, again, there's my logo, Gray's Dynamics. With that said, that is my wonderful and chaotic and crazy and expensive wheel rig. That is where I do my business. That is where I do my racing. That is where I have my fun. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you do enjoy, please go ahead and give me the thumbs up. Go ahead and turn those notifications on. And more importantly, go ahead and click that subscribe button. And we will see more videos. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Talk to you guys later. Peace.